Hello and welcome back to the Pump Freeze to FM channel. We're here today in the future, in a new backdrop, but in the future. What we've gone with 5 years in the future, so we're in July 2025. So that's 5 full seasons have been played through. We're going to have a look, use the Premier League winners, Champions League winners, League, and all that stuff. Anything you can think of. But also, we'll do a follow-up. So if there's anything I've missed, pop it down in the comments below. We'll come back and definitely do a revisiting 5 years. And what we might also do is do another 5 years. So we'll go 5 years in the future. Maybe we make a weekly thing where we just go 5 years forward every week. Let me know. Do you know if this hits, let's say 10 likes, I'll make part 2. Let's do it like that, regardless. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's have a look. So, where I am starting, let's get that out of the way. Let's have a go into the game. Way clever. We are 5 years in now. You can see the league table. There are some names I recognise. Not being Premier League at the start. I'm not sure I recognise any of them. Aren't there that should be there? Let's go back to the first season. As you can see, let's start with winners. Past winners in the Premier League. So, Man City won it the first season. West Brom, Villa, and West Ham went down with 23 points. Brighton escaping really for the skin of their teeth. Let's hope that isn't a sign for the Brighton beta save. Leeds got European football that first season. Wow, that's going to be interesting. We'll keep an eye on Leeds. But Man City winning it by 12 points. Chelsea second, Liverpool third, dropping lots of points there. 9 losses. Not a bad goal difference, really. They scored enough and conceded enough, really. Guess it must have just been their touch and go games that season. And then the second season, we'll go through. We'll keep it this first season. We'll go through season by season. So in the Premier League, 3 went down. West Brom, Villa, West Ham. We'll keep an eye. Let's have a look down. See who went up. Oh, a beautiful game if you remembered that I was in that year. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. That's really interesting. The 3 that went up were the 3 that went down, which I think there's a good chance it could happen. You never know. Sheffield Wednesday, let's have a look how they did actually with a 6-point penalty. Finished 19th. Where would 6 points put them? 1 place higher. They evidently aren't a very good football club. At this moment, they did have a 12-point ban. If they've had their 12-point ban, they'd have been a hell of a lot closer down here. They did well to get themselves out of trouble, regardless. So, top 3 though that season: Norwich, Bournemouth, Watford. Interesting. Fairly tight, although you'd say the best 3 teams got promoted, so it wasn't that interesting as a season of the Championship. All right, let's go now. Let's go to... Actually, we'll keep on the Premier League. So, yeah, we'll go forward a year. So, the 3 that went up. All right, here's the Brighton fan. This is great. So, the 3 went down. Bournemouth, Brighton, Norwich. I mean, Brighton went down. It's fine. We'll look at individual clubs, those that are interesting. Leeds got European football again. So, they qualified for the second European trophy. I guess they won. They must have won that. Whoa, surely not. No, don't want to see any of this. Spoiler alert. Hold on, that first season they didn't... Oh, first season they qualified for it. The second season, Euro Cup 2, they beat Başakşehir in the final. Pick up the lead. Leeds are back. Although, did see something there if you saw it. Little spoiler for later on. That is intriguing. But also, European football seems to have hurt them. They finished 11th this year, having finished 7th the year before. It's not gone too well for them. As far as relegation goes, Palace... Was that last day? I hope that wasn't last day. That Brighton missed out to Palace because my heart couldn't accept that. Brighton lost to Man United. So if Brighton had beaten Man United or got one more win, they'd have got out of trouble. Got to the Carabao Cup semi-final. So as a Brighton fan, the intrigue of that. But anyway, let's have a look down the Championship, second season. All right, so we're here in the Championship in the second season. We'll keep this pretty brief and we'll have a look through any clubs that sort of fall down. Teams that went up, interesting. Middlesbrough went up. Not sure, obviously, Warnock would have been. Would Warnock have been in charge by then? I guess he might have retired after the. That's interesting. We'll definitely look into what's happened there. So no, he left. He didn't even get the whole season in, and then Marco Silva took them up and then left. And we can go and look properly at that in a minute. But West Ham went back up again, along with Villa. West Brom didn't go back up. Obviously, lost to Middlesbrough, I guess, in the playoff final, maybe, or the playoff semi-final. They lost. Quite a close race though in the playoffs. Well, not really, actually. 16-point gap to there and then above. But anyway, so Premier League that year. So Norwich, Brighton, Bournemouth went down. West Ham, Aston Villa, and Middlesbrough went up. I don't need to have a look again. Right, third season in the Premier League. Let's have a look. Any interesting teams there? Middlesbrough went straight back down, as you'd probably expect. Fulham and Aston Villa went with them. Aston Villa going down again. Leeds sitting in mid-table. I think they'd be happy with that. They had a European run this year, I guess by the fact they've not got Champions League there. They didn't win the Europa League. As far as champions, Chelsea fell out of the Champions League. That's interesting. There's no way Lampard's still in charge. We'll have a look at the end. This is just a brief look over. Liverpool winning the league from Man United. Man City had a poor season. I wouldn't be surprised if Guardiola's not there anymore. Any surprises in here? Not really. West Ham survived. Watford came up and obviously survived. What is this the right season? Yeah. Going down. So we won't look at the Championship this year. There's no point looking at it. We'll know who comes up. So Brighton came up. Woohoo! Let's go the boys. Bournemouth in the Premier League, obviously. As far as top four, Liverpool won again. 1 point. Oh, that must have gone down to the final day, right? Oh, little spoiler there for Liverpool. Yeah, they drew. If they'd have lost, they'd have. Whoa, it's crazy. If they'd have lost, they'd have lost the league. Just saw it was engulfed them there. That's surely not their starting keeper. Regardless, going down, Newcastle have gone down. Leicester have gone down. Right, that is intriguing. That is really interesting. We'll have a look through them as well. They're on the list. Brighton came up, stayed up. Good job. Love that from the boys. And then final season in the Premier League. Same winners again. Cardiff came up, went back down. Leeds went down after winning a European competition. They went down. It looks like they've had a tough season. They sold £81 million worth of player. Some big name there. Mitrovic. Marcus Edwards must have come in and gone. Rodrigo's left on a free. Not great for them. And then, yeah, Everton going into the Europa League. That's interesting. It's taken them a while. Eddie Howe in charge. Very interesting. All right, let's have a look now. Let's see. Is there a way of me looking at managers? Manager movements. We can see. No, we can see. All right, do you know, I'm just going to have a look for each Premier League team, see who their manager is. So, in charge of Arsenal, Alberto Mancini. Wow. When did Arteta leave? Arteta got sacked. Where's he now? He's unemployed still. Interesting. So, Arteta was there for 3.5 years, didn't win anything other than obviously the FA Cup he won in real life. That's mad. So, Mancini is in charge of Arsenal. Back in the Premier League, eh? Okay, so Aston Villa, who's in charge there? Jess Forup. So they've got Dean Smith, maybe. I guess one of the relegations might have been enough to get, yeah. He left halfway through the first season. Crazy. Spalletti came in, he resigned, probably went to he's a scout at Norwich. All right, that doesn't seem entirely accurate, I'm going to be honest. You shouldn't go from being... I mean, I guess you could go from one role to the other. This is as much a test really for the save as well as anything else. It's nice to actually see maybe a bit of difference. Daniel Farker in charge of Bournemouth, which means Jason Tindall got sacked really 1.5 years in. Southgate was in charge there for a while. Jermaine Defoe was caretaker of Bournemouth. He was only there for 29 days. Crazy. What a man. What an absolute man. League wins. I guess Southgate got them promoted to the Premier League. Didn't last too long. Right in charge of my team, Sergio Conceição. I like that a lot. Gerrard's in charge. Graham Potter is unemployed and has been... Well, he went to Luton and probably got sacked, I guess. Graham Potter's out of a job. Steven Gerrard was Brighton manager and it was bridge too far. He left Rangers for Brighton, did he? Let's just have a quick look. History, managers. Yeah, he left to be Brighton manager. Wow, okay. That says a lot about the Scottish Twins. Regardless, Brighton are managed now by Sergio Conceição. Does a good job, kept them up. Burnley, it's no longer Sean Dyche. Where's Sean Dyche? Sean Dyche was sacked and hasn't managed since. It was this year. Wow, they sacked him this last season. He was there for 12 years. No longer longest serving manager. David Fox, he used to play, right? Career stat, no, milestones. They've changed the milestones page. Interesting. So he was hired as Huddersfield manager back then, and then just went on and became Burnley manager. Well, fair enough. Interesting there. Sean Dyche has left Burnley, not already been hired by someone. Okay, Chelsea, this is one of the big ones. I see a big signing there. They have Frenkie de Jong. We'll have a look at the biggest transfers in the world. Simone Inzaghi came in after Lampard got sacked until 2023. Where's he now? Frank Lampard is Valencia manager. All right. He's gone the Gary Neville route, everyone. There should be some sort of warning sound coming on. Crystal Palace had Arteta for a while. I didn't even notice he was Palace manager. He got sacked, though. Roy Hodgson retired, and then they've got Georgios Donis, who has managed Maccabi Tel Aviv. Interesting appointment there from Crystal Palace. Let's have a look. Derby. Gary Monk in charge. Liam Rosenior was caretaker. Love that. But Gary Monk is now manager of Derby after, in real life, leaving Sheffield Wednesday. I guess that probably hadn't happened by the time the game started. Not sure, but Koku was sacked. He's now unemployed, having been Hull manager for a while. Everton. Eddie Howe's in charge after Ancelotti got sacked. He's back in Milan, people. Oh my days! I've just seen who he managed in between. We'll definitely get to that. Eddie Howe is in charge of Everton. That's his next job after Bournemouth. Eh? Interesting. He's done well with them, right? They got into Europe. He's done a pretty good job actually. They've got a new owner. They must have moved into their new stadium at some point. Facilities, Goodison Park. Why haven't they moved into their new stadium? That's interesting. I thought that was done. No, not done, but like I thought it would have been confirmed. Interesting. Regardless, Everton. Oh, we've gone back to Derby. Fulham. Scott Parker's still in charge. Scotty Parker, super Scotty Parker. What a man. He got relegated and they kept him. Love that from Fulham. Love that big time. Leicester have been through the mill. Pellegrini came back and managed Leicester. Obviously came back to the Premier League and managed Leicester. And then they've now got Marco Giampaolo, who's probably... Yeah, he was Milan manager for a short time, wasn't he? Interesting. Pretty progressive manager, right? But Brendan Rodgers, where's he now? Hasn't managed... He was Leeds manager for a while, which means... someone isn't in charge anymore. Oh my days, this is the biggest news. Jurgen Klopp getting sacked just under 7 years into his reign as Liverpool manager. He didn't really, in fairness, he didn't win anything. He did not win anything else. He won 2 FA Cups and that was it. And now Jurgen Klopp's manager of Tottenham. Mental. Absolutely mental. He's a fantastic coach, right? What a shock to the system that is. That also means someone else has moved on, right? Man City, Guardiola's still there. That is a big shock. And actually, I can see something down here which is going to be interesting. He won 4 leagues. He's won 4 league titles and 8 cups. Fair enough. He's probably done what they wanted. Build the legacy that Man City need to become a real sort of household name, let's say. Man United. Ollie's still at the wheel. Ollie's still at the wheel. Oh, you love to see it. He's still at the wheel. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the new Alex Ferguson. Oh, I love Football Manager because you get things that happen that would just he's not going to be there in 2025 in the nicest way possible. Ollie, you're going to be on in the next 18 months at most. Norwich, who's in charge here? Marco Silva. I think we saw that a minute ago, right? So we won't focus too much on that one. Danny Cowley's in charge at Sheffield United, as you'd probably expect. Is the kind of manager you'd expect to be there. Chris Wilder's West Ham boss after being West Brom boss for a while. Fair enough, does the job. Yeah, he looks a pretty good coach still. Chris Wilder knows managers that he'll get other Premier League jobs if he ever leaves Sheffield United now. Hasenhüttl got sacked. Okay, that's interesting. Even this season as well. Right at the end of the year, they didn't get relegated. It must have just been a poor season. Villas Boas is in charge now. He's gone from Marseille to Southampton. Yeah, I could see it happening. He'll be an older manager now, right? Okay, this is intriguing. Jose Mourinho was sacked he was sacked on Boxing Day of this year. Okay, I'm intrigued. He went to Napoli and he's now Portugal manager. Yeah, I like it. Chris Powell was a caretaker. Michael Laudrup got a big job. Was at Tottenham. He left Tottenham for Sevilla. That is a turn up for the books. Big time. Yeah, and now Jurgen Klopp in charge. Fair enough. I mean, he hasn't won anything yet. He's only been there a year, so I guess they're just waiting and seeing. Now Watford coming up to the end now. Premier League. Then we'll have a quick float around, see what's going on in Europe. Neil Lennon was in charge of Watford for a while. Okan Buruk, I recognise that name. He was Başak Şehir manager. That's why I recognise his name. Then Jose Bordalas, he's an interesting coach at Getafe now. Yeah, he'll get a big job at some point. I imagine he's done wonders for Getafe. All right, and then last but not least, Wolves. What happened? They've sacked Nuno Espirito Santo. He's now Wolfsburg manager. He's gone from Wolves to Wolfsburg. Christ alive, Nuno. You were stop managing Wolves. Oh, regardless. Nuno Espirito Santo got sacked by Wolves. Replaced by Roger Schmidt, who's managed in China. Oh, he's manager of PSV. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't know that. No, he's Wolves manager. He's done all right. Not really ripped up any trees. Not won anything with them yet. Fair enough. All right, let's now go and have a look at Should be able to do League and Uber Eats. Oh, look who it is again. Back at it. We'll just have a look at PSG. We'll have a look at the tables really quickly. PSG won it first year, pretty simply. Second year, pretty simply. Cut the gap down to 2 points here. Lyon really, really ran them in. That is quite interesting, actually, because PSG usually win it by more than that. Lyon did a good job that year. And then the next season, 6 points again. And then this season, 4 points. It was a little bit closer than most seasons, but obviously no one could take it from PSG. Let's have a look at their transfer. Well, we'll have a look at transfers when we get to the transfers part. PSG manager is Thomas Tuchel. Fair enough. Lyon manager, Remy Gard, who I think is... No, he's not there in real life. He's Montpellier manager, I guess. Interesting. Monaco, and the last one I'm just going to have a look at. Jean-Marc Ferland. I don't know that name. Auxerre manager in real life. Fair enough. Not a name I'm used to. So yeah, PSG dominant. Let's go now to one of Football Manager's favourite leagues, Bundesliga. Previous winners. God damn it, have some differentiation somewhere, please. First year, they won it by 18 points. Second year, won it by, what's that? 15 points. Season after that, only 8 points. It's getting closer. 6 points. Oh my days, they won it by 2 goals. That's how they do it right in Germany. They do it by goals. By goal difference and then goals. That is crazy. If they hadn't have conceded... What? If they'd have scored one more against Bayern Munich, they'd have won the league. I know they would have scored 2 more against Bayern Munich or scored 3 more in general. Wow, that's a shame for Dortmund. We'll have a look. Who's in charge of each of these? Klaus Riese, is he the... Yeah, he's Hansi Flick, right? I just don't have the rights to him. And then Dortmund manager Lucien Favre is still there as well. I guess he's still there? Yeah, he's not been replaced. Leipzig, how have they done? Julian Nagelsmann's still in charge there. Really, not a lot of change in terms of managers there. Kenan Kocak, I don't recognise that name. Exact Peter Bosch, he's gone. Bosch, he's out of there. How have Berlin done? Usually a bit of money. They've got Rafa. Rafa's there. Rafa's at the wheel. To the caretakers. Gennaro Gattuso, Dominic Tedesco is a name I've heard around a lot. Only in his 30s still. Wow. He's only 34 now. Interesting. All right, and then let's go Italian Serie A. Previous winners. Oh, there's been some different winners here. All right, let's go here. So Juve won it the first season on goal difference. Oof, that's harsh to be into. Not good for Juve. We'll have a look at the manager at the end. Lazio winning the league. Love it. Love it. Good to see Juve not win the league, to be honest. If you're a Juve fan, hit me in the comments. You know what it's like. As far as differences in there, Bologna moving up. Roma 8th. Not been a good time for them, but looks for Genoa getting relegated. Good little youth system they've got there. Then Inter winning the league from AC. Wait, hold on. Where are Lazio? Lazio finished 6th. Surely that doesn't mean what I think it means. Lazio finished 6th but qualified for the Champions League. We'll have a look at that at the European competitions once we've got past these. Inter winning it again, 8 points clear. Lazio coming back a bit resurgent. Nice. Verona coming up and going back down again. So Genoa, they've come back up. Then normal services resumed. Juve winning the league by 10 points. Where Lazio didn't even get European football this year. Wow, and Genoa going down. Just because, I brought them up once, we've been that twice. And that was the most recent season. Interesting. So in Italy, there's been upheaval. No more consistent trophies for Spanish First Division for Juventus. Oh, there is an interesting one. So Barcelona winning the league the first year by an absolute country mile. 26 points clear of Real Madrid and 22 points clear of nearest rivals Atletico. Athletic Bilbao getting Champions League. Oof, might be a good save, Might be a good save to do. Second season. Bilbao winning must have won the Spanish Cup, sorry. Atletico Madrid winning the league, though, in the second season. Really interesting. Oh, we didn't look, sorry. Didn't have a look at who's in charge of all the clubs in Serie A. So, we'll go back to the previous season. We'll just go for the top 4. So, Juventus is even Piazza, which I think that is... Yeah, that's Pirlo. They just don't have the rights to say Pirlo. Inter Milan, Antonio Conte still there. Looks like all the non-English teams have kept, all the big teams anyway, have kept their managers. Napoli, guys, Gaetano, that's a change, right? Yeah. Mourinho was there. We saw that. Jorge Jesus was there. Didn't even last half a year. Milan are now managed by Ancelotti, as we saw earlier, which is mental. I love that. Been there a year. Guess they're happy out. I think they got European football, right? Roma, I'll have a look at them as well. Pochettino's in charge at Roma. Yes, I am massively on board the idea of Pochettino rebuilding Roma. And then we'll have a quick look at Lazio because they were the last ones as well. They won a top division. Inzaghi won the league and then was abruptly fired not long after. What was that? 18 months? Not even that. He got sacked the next season. Crazy. Fatih Terim came in. I mean, he's managed pretty much every team you can ever think of. Interesting. And then they've got Sergei Semak, who used to play for PSG. That was it. I knew he played for one of them. One of the big lot. Interesting enough. All right, so now to the Spanish First Division. Looks like Barcelona have taken over. A lot of people said they'd be a good club to rebuild this year. Evidently not. Let's have a look at that year. Won by 7 points. Real Madrid have not challenged for a title as of yet. I mean, that year they did. That year was close. So let's have a look at that last day of the season. Fixtures and results. No, we want to go back to 2022, right? Last game of the season. Latest results. No, hold on. We'll just go and look at one of these teams. All right. Them there. Last day of the season. Shame I can't pick the match day. What year did they win the league? 2021, 2022. So next season, effectively. Last day of the season. Where is it? They beat Leganes. It's the Champions League. Okay, that gives something away. They beat Leganes, Barcelona that year. How did they do? What happened? I want to see what happened on this final day. So they beat Sevilla, but it didn't matter because obviously Atletico Madrid won their game. And then I guess Real Madrid are probably the next ones up. If I can find them in the list, that'd be easier. Oh, you've missed the list. End of the season they won as well. So yeah, it was basically everyone won and that was it. Just want to have a look. They didn't win that late, right? Oh, they don't keep that information. Shame. I could probably go back. I've got the save files. But regardless, if you want to see it, we can have a look. So in charge of Atletico is still Diego Simeone, 13 years in charge. He's got to be getting up there, right, as being an iconic manager for that club, indeed. All right, and now let's have a look at Barcelona, who's in charge there. Ronald Koeman is still in charge. I guess if you win 4 leagues in a row, you do tend to keep the job. Fair enough. We'll see what happens to Messi and Ronaldo in a minute as well. Real Madrid. Zidane is still in charge there. So these big clubs, this is really interesting. The big clubs outside of England really not making any changes. I think what have we seen? We've seen talking actually, if you're talking out of Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, even I guess Dortmund, none of them have changed managers. Inter haven't changed managers. I wonder if that's something to be looked at. Because you'd expect at some point in the next 5 years, one of those is going to change. But regardless, let's have a quick look. See the career of the GOAT. I mean, Lionel Messi. He's an assistant manager. He's just retired. Have a look at his career stats. Only scored 1 goal this season. That's devastating. Really, his form's fallen off a cliff. They don't predict a lot. I mean, I say that. This season, the second season in, he was fantastic again. Average rating didn't really drop much below a 7.5, 7.1, but that's more because he was not really playing. But Lionel Messi's going to regress, but not major so, let's say. He's still going to be a pretty important player. But talking of regression, has Ronaldo regressed? History. Let's have a look at his stats. So no, he didn't move on from Juve. He retired with 132 goals from 202 games. That's mad. That's almost... Well, it's not as good a record as he had at Real Madrid, obviously. But he played almost as many games for Juve as he did at Real Madrid and did it in less time. Crazy. I mean, which one's the GOAT? Let me know in the comments. That won't stir any trouble, right? So now we've seen the GOATs. Let's have a look at the biggest trophy in the world. Did either of them win it? Oh my. Okay, let's go to the Champions League. We'll have a look at the final here, please. Actually, we'll go from first knockout round and we can do the tree. So, wow. Can you imagine that as a Champions League final, by the way? A Manchester derby in the final. Where was it? Where was the final? We just saw it at the in Istanbul. Nice. Doesn't like that, does it? I've just missed about something here. Oh, I think I might have found a bug. Oh no, we're good. Just a issue going back. So yeah, Man United beat Juve in the semi-final. Man City beat Liverpool. Man United won 2-1 in the final. I'd love to see the score. Obviously, I've not got that to hand. But madness. Man United beating Man City in this year's Champions League final. Put some money on it. Don't go and gamble responsibly. But get it written down. Then second season, Atletico Madrid could have done the double. Oh, that's devastating. I mean, we saw it in the schedule, right? For Atletico Madrid, they lost 3-2 to Chelsea. Chelsea Champions League winners under Frank Lampard. Actually, was it under Frank Lampard? Would he have been sacked by then? No, he won the Champions League and then was unceremoniously sacked a year later. That is the Chelsea curse, right? No, we go to round tree just to make sure we can see it. Okay, so yeah, that is crazy. Any big upsets? Not really. Anything that we can see. All right, third season. Man United beating Man City again. Man United beating PSG, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City. You can't have a harder run of games. I'll give it to Ollie. He's at the wheel. Right, that is on penalties in the Champions League final. Mad. I mean, Man City did well. They beat Barcelona, Chelsea, Bayern, and lost to Man United in the final again. Guardiola's in the mud. Ollie is at the wheel. Fair enough. Fourth season. Dortmund. Forza Dortmund. We love it. We love them here on this channel. Big old Borussia Dortmund. You love it. You love it. You love it. They beat Atletico. They beat Tottenham. They beat Liverpool. And they beat Barcelona. Blinking Barcelona in the final. Go on the Dortmund. Big up Lucien Favre. Oh, I've messed with this system again. Don't click off, Charlie. And this last season, who won it? Dortmund could have won it back to back. Oh, that's heartbreaking. So just to wrap it up, Man United winning 3 Champions Leagues. So Ollie is, just to put this into context, Ollie wins as many Champions Leagues in the next 5 years as Man United have won in their history. Holy smack. I mean, you'd find yourself getting a smack if you could work that one out. Jesus. Let's have a quick look at the Europa League. Well, here, we're just going to look at the winners. I'm not worried about looking at the specifics. Previous winners, so Napoli, Atalanta beating Tottenham, Lazio beating Real Betis, Chelsea beating Benfica in the Europa League final. I've seen this story before. And then Liverpool in the Europa League beating Marseille in St. Petersburg. Fair enough. Klopp, not Klopp now, right? It's Allegri. Allegri getting the win in the Europa League, I guess. Nice little first season. Let's have a look at the Europa League 2. Leeds beating Besiktas here. Sparta Prague winning. Dynamo Kiev winning. And then Nice beating Wolves at Man City's stadium. That is class to see, actually. Let's have a quick look at I didn't have a look at the venues of the Champions League. So Munich, Wembley. Dortmund won it at Wembley. Erasing some of the issues from over a decade before. That's crazy. So in 2023, 2024, Dortmund won the Europa League and the Champions League at Wembley. Something that happened 11 years before. And Chelsea won the Europa League against Benfica. Something that happened 11 years before. Who says the game is unrealistic? But anyway, so that means that, like saying, Leeds into Brussels and won a trophy. Fair enough. Bielsa. Actually, what happened to Bielsa? We didn't have a look. Has he retired? Nope, he's chief scout of Flamengo after being Valencia manager, where he was succeeded by Frank Lampard. Right, one last competition to have a look at. I'll have a look, see who won the World Cup. Portugal. Okay. 2022. Let's get to the knockouts. No, go back. Thank you. Go to the tree. England quarter-final heartbreak yet again, losing to Belgium, having beaten South Korea 5-1. Portugal in extra time, winning the World Cup. I'd assume Ronaldo was in the team. I imagine by 2022. I mean, he retired the year after. Ronaldo wins a World Cup. Is he the GOAT? I think there's an argument he's got to be, right? Argentina went out in the second round, the first knockout round. Arguments that Ronaldo's got to be considered, right? He's got to be considered at least not if the best, like joint best with Pele, Messi, Maradona, whoever you want to put in that list. Ronaldo, off the back of these 5 years, is going to be probably the best player of all time. Don't have a look at the playoffs. Let's have a look at the no. Okay, we'll have a look at the European Championships. There's been a couple of those right since European Football Championships. Oh my days! We'll have a look at the first one first. I've not seen who won it. 2020, second round. Let's have a look at the tree. England lost to Portugal. Portugal won the Euros again. They won it again. Crazy. So Portugal won Euro 2016, Euro 2020, 2021. And then Euro 2020, and then World Cup 2022. They won. They're going to win both competitions. They beat. Oh god, that's interesting. They beat Spain in a Castilian rivalry. Let's be honest, they're not going to be best friends. Having beaten Italy, beaten Germany, beaten England. I mean, if you're going to win it, you're going to win it in style. And then 2025, we've just had another one. England losing on penalties to Turkey. Ouch. Having beaten Belgium on penalty shootout, we did win one. We won one, and then we lost one to Turkey. Oh, great. That is very England. Where was it even held out of interest? It was in Germany, right? Yeah, cool. That is heartbreaking. I mean, that is fantastic for Turkey. They must have some great players. What I will say, I'll put this database up. I'll put it in the description if you want to go into there and have a look around, have a look and see who the big shifters are. If you see anything that needs to be raised as well, I'll have a quick look through to see if there's anything that's like mentally crazy and broken that needs to be raised on the forums. Nothing that I can see though. Nothing too mental. Let's have a look at England manager. Who's England manager? Alberto Iglesias. Who are you? Ancelotti was England manager for a while. I saw it. I caught a glance of it. He resigned after. I'm not sure why he would have resigned in 2024. Why would he resign in 2024? What's in that year? Euros. Why was the Euros in 2025? Oh, it was 2024. Weird. I guess that was just wrong. Oh, I guess if it thinks it's another 4-year increment. Yeah, okay, fine. Regardless, 2024. So he must have resigned after they lost the final. Oh, I've lost Ancelotti. Where's he at? Okay. And then Alberto Iglesias, not a name I'm used to. He's currently a head performance analyst at Bilbao. Was West Ham manager, took them to, I guess 12th. And then, yeah, got picked up for the England job. Let's just have a quick go through, have a look, see who's in charge of all these big nations quickly. Just to round it off, Rudy Garcia's in charge there, which means Deschamps got sacked. He was in charge of, he's retired completely. He's just gone. Fair enough. We'll just have a look at Spain, Italy, Germany, Brazil, those sorts of ones. Spain manager's Marcelino. They've been pretty hit or miss all the way through. Actually, we'll stop looking at managers because I think, let's get into the big, let's see who the biggest signings in the world were of all time. Leading transfers. Is it not going to be of all time? I've got to go for year by year. I've got to go for year by year. They've changed. Okay, fair enough. So, oh no, it's not. It's not. Mbappe left PSG. He's now very much a Man City player. They've not won anything really with him in charge. With him at the club. In fact, they haven't won anything since he joined. Some big ones maybe. João Pedro for 114 million. Hertha Berlin are throwing their weight around. They could be a hell of a club to manage. Holy dang, Rafa Benitez. So first season they spent 43 million. Second season 32 million. Then 106, 166, 197, and are on track to spend big money this summer as well. Crazy. Milinkovic-Savic went in 2024 when he must have been 29 then. That's good business actually for Liverpool. He was at Liverpool. How much did they get him for? 75. Wow, okay, that's less than what you'd probably have to pay for him usually. Martin Odegaard's moved. Erling Haaland, this is the important one, has gone to Man United and then moved again for even more to Real Madrid. So he features in this list twice, right? Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely. Man United are big spenders here. Any other shock big spenders? All right. Unless this guy is absolutely undeniably world class, something has happened at Brighton. New chairman Gavin Foxall takes over. and then when was this? So he took over, and they've literally this summer, Brighton have spent £82 million on a player. He's not even their best player. What? Got Carl Grant from West Brom, Alvarado. Sorry, just as a Brighton fan, this needs to be. I need to look at this. They did a swap deal with Arsenal where they sent Mike Cooper, a goalkeeper, yes, in exchange for Joe Willock as well. Crazy. We're not going to look too much into that. I mean, let me know if I've missed anything here, but those Hertha Berlin and Brighton are spending big cash, big money. Very interesting. Some other big names I can see as well. But yeah, let me know what I've missed. Let me know if you want to see anything else as well. I'd say get it to 10 likes. We'll make sure we get a second episode out. Thank you very much, though. I'm really intrigued. I'd love to see more. I might go 5 years on anyway, just have a look and see what happens. But that has been really intriguing. Let me know who you predict to win the next. Give me your next Champions League, Premier, or give me anyone to win the Champions League in the next 5 years. That's going to be the Champions League, the Premier League, and let's say the World Cup when that comes up. Let me know who you think is going to win both of those, and maybe we'll do a give. I'll give you a prize if you get both of them right, or all of them right. Sorry. But anyway, regardless, hit the like button, hit that button if you want to see the next episode of it, and if you want to see the Brighton beta save, and we will get right into it. Come on then. See you soon.